the origin and dominance of the Hausa language in northern Nigeria. The Hausa language, one of the most widely spoken languages in Africa, has a deep and fascinating history that stretches back over 1,000 years. It is not only the most dominant language in northern Nigeria, but also a major linguistic and cultural force across West Africa. The rise of Hausa as the leading language of the region is tied to history, trade, politics, and the resilience of the Hausa people. The mysterious origins of Hausa. The exact origins of the Hausa language remain a subject of debate among historians and linguists. However, it is classified under the Afro-Asiatic language family, specifically the Chadic branch, which links it to ancient languages spoken in the Sahara and beyond. Hausa traditions trace their ancestry to Bayajida, a legendary prince from Baghdad, who is said to have arrived in Dara, the oldest Hausa city, and killed a great snake that prevented people from drawing water. He then married the local queen, Magajia Darama, and fathered sons who became the rulers of the 7 original Hausa states known as Hausa Bakwai, Dora, Kano, Katsina, Zaria, Zazao, Gobir, Rano, Biram. These states became the foundation of Hausa civilization, and their interconnected nature helped spread the Hausa language across the region. One of the most significant factors in the dominance of Hausa was its use as a trade language. By the 9th and 10th centuries, Hausa city-states had become important centers of commerce and craftsmanship. They traded gold, leather, textiles, cola nuts, and slaves with merchants from North Africa, the Middle East, and other parts of West Africa. Because Hausa traders traveled extensively, they spread their language along the trade routes, reaching as far as Sudan, Mali, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. Even today, Hausa serves as a lingua franca across much of West Africa. The arrival of Islam in the 11th century played a major role in shaping Hausa identity. Arab and Berber traders brought Islamic teachings, and by the 14th century, Hausa rulers had largely embraced Islam. This led to the introduction of Ajami script, Hausa written in Arabic letters, which further standardized and spread the language through Islamic scholarship. Quranic schools, Makarantan Alo, became centers of learning where children were taught in Hausa using Arabic script. Many Islamic preachers and scholars, including Shehu Usman Dan Fodio, wrote in Hausa, solidifying its role as a language of education and governance. The Sokoto Caliphate in Hausa as a political language? In 1804, Usman Dan Fodio, a Fulani Islamic scholar, led a jihad that established the Sokoto Caliphate, the largest empire in West Africa at the time. Although the rulers were predominantly Fulani, Hausa remained the administrative and military language of the empire. With the caliphate stretching across modern-day northern Nigeria, Niger, and Cameroon, Hausa became the primary language spoken in politics, trade, and governance. Colonial influence and the spread of Hausa. When the British colonized northern Nigeria in 1903, they found Hausa already widely spoken. Instead of imposing English immediately, they used Hausa as the official language of administration in the region. British officers learned Hausa, and documents were translated into the language. Radio stations such as BBC Hausa, established in 1957, and VOA Hausa further boosted the spread of Hausa as a modern language of communication. Today, Hausa is the largest indigenous language in Nigeria, spoken by over 50 million native speakers and understood by tens of millions more across Africa. It dominates northern Nigeria culturally, politically, and economically. Hausa language newspapers, radio stations, films, Kennywood, and music continue to thrive, keeping the language vibrant in modern times. The dominance of Hausa in northern Nigeria is no accident. It is the result of centuries of trade, scholarship, Islamic influence, political power, and media expansion. From its legendary origins in Dora to its modern status as a major African language, Hausa continues to be a force in shaping the identity of northern Nigeria and beyond.